Atlanta United Fan TV here with a couple of Inter Miami fans who are actually looking to start a fan channel for the prospective club, but they were able to watch this match with us. And yeah, have to ask, I mean, you know, what do you think of this match on a whole? I mean, I don't know if you've been following Atlanta United throughout this season. It hasn't been fantastic to watch, so I don't blame you if you guys didn't. But yeah, I mean, in terms of this match, did you see a good attack? Was it, you know, just a little bit where maybe New England, was it a bad attack on their end so that we were able to maybe, you know, keep them at bay? Like, what did you guys see?
Well, I don't know. I don't really watch much of MLS. Yeah. Obviously, so that's going to change once this team starts. Right. But I would say that from what I saw of Atlanta United, they attacked well, but the final pass, the finishing was horrible. I don't know how Martinez scored 30 goals, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a different thing going on this season than last season, that's for sure. The confidence is a little lower because we haven't been putting it in the back of the net, but yeah.
But besides that, I think I saw a good United team, but I don't know. I heard that also the opposition was not that great, so maybe that had a factor in it. But I think overall you guys played very well today.
In terms of, yeah, like that attack, what did you see from us today? Like, what is there anything that excites you as a, you know, a prospective MLS fan?
I mean, the soccer itself for MLS is very vertical. Like, it's a vertical soccer. Like, just get the ball, go forward, which is good. I mean, and Atlanta United has to actually, today I saw them playing that very well. At least not throughout the whole game, but through like glimpses of the game. Like, Martinez actually making good runs. And then again, I mean, honestly, New England wasn't much of a good team to compare to. But right now, you guys need results and confidence. And that's what matters. Like, right now, you need a win, and Martinez has to score for that confidence to get back up. Because he's a good player, but just like him, we're like, 30 goals. Yeah.
It's different, of course. You know, yeah, he's not in good scoring form, but once he gets hot, it's one of those things where, yeah, it starts to connect, and I think it's more of the service that's been given to him. And yes, he missed a couple of sitters today, but yes, you know, but yeah, let's maybe talk about Inter Miami's situation going on. Yeah, there is a Fort Lauderdale Stadium thing that's going on, right? You guys want to talk about that a little bit?
Honestly, that's kind of hard to talk about because, I mean, it says Inter Miami. It doesn't say Inter Fort Lauderdale. So, but from what our understanding is, which is very confusing, so I can imagine other people from other places, is that the training facility is going to be in Fort Lauderdale. So they're going to focus on that in Lockhart, which that's where the Fort Lauderdale Strikers played. Right. And then they're going to make the stadium in Miami. Which, living in Miami is also kind of confusing because if you know, and if you live in Miami, you know the traffic in Miami.
Oh, I love Miami, and I you know, I frequent there a lot, and it's one of those things. Yeah, that traffic is epically bad.
Like, if you want to go to a game, let's say you start following, you're like, oh, I like soccer, I'm from Miami, this is my team now. Let me go to Fort Lauderdale.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah. You have to leave at like 3 if there's like a 5 o'clock game. Like,
right. Is that why maybe that? You know, before Atlanta United became Atlanta United, a lot of people had the same kind of thoughts about Atlanta, like, oh, MLS ain't going to work in Atlanta, you know, because there's so many transplants. There's so many kind of fair weather fans, and also, you know, they don't fill the stadium when even the team's winning. There are cases of Miami teams that have not been well attended as well, right?
Yeah, the Dolphins you're talking about?
Marlins. Can we go on?
Miami Heat, because
Florida teams, Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah.
It's only when they're doing well, that's when they have attendance. But I mean, I don't know. The fact is that we're kind of moving to soccer, or well, we're Spanish, so we call it football. Football, like that's just. Hopefully, that's different because the fact that you have a lot of like Hispanic culture, and like you guys were doing with the five-a-side fields all over the place that's free, that's unspoken of in Miami. Like, we play indoor all the time. Like, you go play indoor, you already know that you have to drop 10, 12 bucks a player for that hour. We wish we had free fields like that because that's awesome. Like, you have free fields all the times, but then you have, like, clubs that rent it. So hopefully with a soccer team, like, I'm sure it's going to be more motivation and they're going to fill the stadium. And I think it's gonna change from being a bandwagon state to more of like a culture. Like, this is my team. Like, this is like we're gonna go. Like,
and apart from that, there's like I said, it's Miami itself is known for having a lot of Caribbean people, period. Well, that's actually turned into more like a Miami itself, like the heart of Miami, which is Little Havana. That's like Cuban, like Puerto Rican, different. But outside of that, there's actually a lot of South Americans. Like Miami itself, Broward, which is the top of Miami, turned into like a melting pot of just all Latin cultures. And soccer is the biggest sport in the world, like the biggest follow sport, and we're looking for that team. And at least I'm guessing the first year is going to, the stadiums are going to be full. I guarantee you that. Now it's up to the team to actually make things right and not do stupid mistakes and lose the interest for people like us to actually follow the team.
But hopefully with a person like David Beckham, like I'm sure he's going to take the city in mind, and he's going to bring in players that represent. I don't think he's going to start a team and bring in players that, that just play in MLS. I think he's going to do like what Tata Martino did. He's going to bring a lot of South American players. He has to. And if he does that, then I think it'll function. Yeah. I think it'll do good.
Full confidence in David Beckham right now, or is it what's the meter on the percentage?
I'm confident in him. I think
percentage.
Percentage in what? Like the stadium being built in time, being done in time,
like
or
in David Beckham.
I would say
and Beckham United.
3/4, 75.
Yeah, 75.
All right.
It was pretty high at one point, and then, but then again, luck is not on his side. Like right now with the suing from Inter, from Italy, it's things are it's just things are coming up that's not letting everything flow nice. But it'll come with time, hopefully.
It's Miami. Everything's hard in Miami. Between regulations and on top of it, people, I think Miami is like the top or second or third most corrupt city. So, I mean, that goes to show a lot. So imagine, he has a hard time. He has a hard time.
So in terms of, and this is the final question, in terms of the rivalry that may or may not happen between Atlanta United and Inter Miami, like what are your hopes, you guys, for that type of derby that might happen?
I think, wouldn't it be more of a derby between Orlando?
Probably, but we're all in the East, we're all in the South, but it might be one of these things. It's more for me, ambitious clubs. Ambitious clubs going against each other. I think it has a budding of, hey, we're going for the best players that we can get in MLS. Yes, there's no inter, pardon the pun, inter MLS type of you can't outbid another team. But yeah, is it something that in that kind of territory where if it's a Griezmann, like who gets him first, right?
Well, honestly, no offense to any of the Atlanta United fans, but I think that we have an advantage because Miami is known internationally. So I think in that sense, we win.
I'm going to argue very hard that Atlanta is the largest airport in the world. And so I think everybody knows Atlanta, and Miami, yes, while large, I don't know. I don't know if known over the world over Atlanta. I'll fight you guys on that.
The thing is that right now, Atlanta is the team to beat from what they did last year. Like, let's say they don't become champions this year, but what they did last year and the way they played last year, it's such a signature now to the team, and that's the team to beat. I mean, probably not this year. I mean, it still is, but next year probably will be too. That's when the Inter's gonna come in, and it's a new team against another new team because Atlanta just started. So it'll probably start a rivalry. Like it'll start a rivalry at one point, and probably in the beginning, because I mean Beckham's very hungry for soccer. He's a soccer player. Everybody wants to win, especially with the amount of money that's being handled for this project.
I think it's in the billion. Like 1.2, 1.3 billion, I'm pretty sure.
Well, guys, I'm looking forward to it, and thanks for coming on, guys.